The Quaker Oats Company, makers of fine foods for the whole family, presents America's favorite family, the Nelsons. Ozzie, Harriet, David, and Ricky. And now a word about one of the many fine Quaker products, Quaker Oats and Mother's Oats.
A hug, a kiss, and a good hot Quaker Oats breakfast. The best school day start you can give your youngster. For just as his soul is nourished by a hug and a kiss, so will his young body be nourished by a good hot breakfast of Quaker Oats. Yes, you'll keep him bright and alert for classwork, happy and healthy through the morning's active play with a nourishing hot breakfast of Quaker Oats with that wonderful oatmeal protein. Naturally, youngsters look forward to an occasional change for breakfast. So one morning, try maple syrup, blended right in while the oatmeal cooks. Another time, blend in honey or make it with chocolate. Yes, it's nice having an occasional change for breakfast, almost as nice as having a mother who starts the school day with a hug and a kiss and a good hot oatmeal breakfast made with Quaker Oats or Mother's Oats, the same high-protein oatmeal.
Now, Quaker invite you to enjoy The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet.
Miss Edwards?
Yes, Dave?
How does Mr. Dobson feel about giving somebody an advance on his salary?
Well, I really don't know. I've never asked him.
Well, if you were me, would you ask him?
Well, it all depends on how badly you need the money.
Oh, it's pretty urgent.
Oh, I could let you have a few dollars until payday.
Oh, no, that's okay. No, I appreciate the offer, but I'm afraid I need more than a few dollars.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask Mr. Dobson.
Yeah, I think maybe I will.
Of course, I can't guarantee anything.
Oh, I realize that. Was he in a pretty good mood when he came in?
Well, yes, I would say so.
Yeah, I think I will give it a try.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah?
Be diplomatic now. Ask him about his golf game first.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Come in. Oh, hi, Dave.
Morning, Mr. Dobson. Beautiful morning, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is.
How's your golf game these days?
Well, I know you'll find this hard to believe, but I played on Saturday, and I was only 2 over par at the end of the first 9.
Gee, that's great.
Well, thanks. It was the best round I've ever had.
Did you just play the 9 holes?
No, we played the second 9 after lunch.
Oh, well, that makes it nice. Kind of break it up like that.
Well, yes, but I never should have had those onions on the hamburger. They just don't agree with me.
Probably cost you a couple of strokes, huh?
A couple of strokes. Listen to this. As I say, I was 2 over par on the 10th. On the 11th, I sliced my drive into the woods. It took me 20 minutes to find it. And when I did find it, it was behind the biggest rock I've ever seen in my life.
Boy, that's a tough break.
Now, the green is over there. I'm here. There was a tree behind me right there. Would you put that over there, please?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. There. I figured if I could hit well into the ball, I could blast it out over the rock.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Yes, but unfortunately, I forgot about the tree. It took 8 strokes to get out of there, and I busted my wedge in the bargain.
Well, those things happen.
Yeah, that's only the beginning. When I did get out of there, I landed in a sand trap.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Then I topped the ball and hit one of those line drives clear over the next tee. You know, I don't know why I play this darn game anyway. It's more aggravation than it's worth.
Yes, sir.
Now, what do you want, David?
Oh, nothing, Mr. Dobson.
How'd it go, Dave?
Well, it was going fine until we got to the 11th hole.
$25? Are you out of your mind?
Well, have you got it or haven't you?
Where would I get $25?
How much have you got?
What'd you order?
A malt?
Can you pay for it?
No.
Well, when I pay for your malt and my malt and leave my usual generous tip, I'll have exactly 20 cents left.
That's great.
Hey, why don't you ask Mr. Dobson for an advance on your salary?
There's not much chance of that. At least not until his golf game improves.
What about Pop? Can't you borrow some from him?
Oh, I may have to. I just as soon he didn't find out about this.
Well, you work something out.
Here we are, boys. 1 vanilla malt and 1 chocolate malt.
Can I turn this in for cash? I don't feel very hungry.
Are you kidding, Dave? We don't even cash checks here.
Oh, hi, Joe.
Not Joe Oz. Commodore, if you please.
Oh, come on in, Commodore, and tell us all about it.
Well, we had an addition to the family last night, an 18-foot sailboat.
Oh, congratulations. Look who's here, Harriet.
Oh, hi, Commodore.
Well, how did you know?
Oh, Clara told me. I'll bet it's a beautiful boat.
Oh, it is, Harriet. It's a beauty.
Gee, I didn't even know you were interested in buying a boat.
Well, actually, I didn't buy it, Oz. My nephew did.
Oh, well, you big phony. How come you're wearing the hat?
It's as if you'll invite us to go sailing. You know, Oz, I'm pretty proud of that boy. Worked awfully hard to save up enough money to buy a big boat like that.
Well, yeah, that's quite an accomplishment.
Well, I think kids nowadays are pretty good about finances. I know when I was his age, I couldn't save up enough money to buy lunch the next day.
Well, yeah, I've noticed that with Dave and Rick, too.
Well, they always have enough money to buy lunch.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. They seem to handle their money very well.
Well, of course, I think you boys are both pretty level-headed kids.
Oh, thanks, Joe. We try not to interfere with them too much. I think kids should be given all the responsibility they can handle.
Well, the boys are really awfully good about money.
Yeah, I must say they are, especially Dave.
Oh, I know that.
Hi, Pop.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Commodore? Pop, could I speak to you for a minute?
Oh, sure. What's on your mind?
Well...
Oh, pardon us for a second, will you, Joe?
Oh, sure. Go ahead, Oz.
What is it, son?
Could you lend me $25?
That's quite a bit of money, Dave.
Well, I know, but I need it. It's an emergency.
Well, here's 15. 18. That's about all I have. Do you want me to see if your mother has any money?
Oh, yeah. Would you, Pop? I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Pardon me, Commodore.
Quite all right.
Harriet, do you have any money?
Well, a little. How much do you need?
Well, I don't need it. Dave does.
Oh, for $7, will that help?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Thanks. Be right with you. Well, I think everything's going to work out okay, son. 7 more. Sorry, what were we talking about?
About how level-headed kids are about money these days.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, if you want to change the subject, we could talk about my nephew. You know, the one who saved up all his money to buy that boat? I haven't spoken too much lately.
$25 is a lot of money.
Well, yes, I know.
What does he want it for?
Well, he didn't say.
Why didn't you ask him?
Well, Harry, we're just talking about the fact that we let the boys handle their own finances.
Look, that's all right to say in front of Joe, but this is me you're talking to.
Well, yes, I know.
$25 is a lot of money.
Look, I'm sure David realizes that.
I wonder what he needs it for.
Well, if he wanted to tell me, I'm sure he would have.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, whatever he needs it for, I'm sure he'll pay us back. That's one thing about Dave. He's very conscientious about paying his debts.
Oh, would you get that? I got my hands full.
Come in.
Oh, hi, Mr. Nelson. Hi, Mrs. Nelson.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Wally.
Is David home?
Oh, no, not right now.
Oh, do you know where he went?
Harriet, do you know where he went?
No, he didn't say.
Oh.
What, is something the matter?
Well, not exactly. He owes me $7.
He owes you $7?
Yeah, he promised he'd pay me right back, but I need it. I don't have any money for lunch tomorrow.
Harriet, do you have any money with you?
Well, no, Oh, say, wait a minute. Here's $4.
Oh, gee, if you need it.
No, it's all right.
Oh, thanks a lot. I'll see you later.
Bye, Wally.
Okay.
Now, that's strange. Wally usually borrows money from Dave.
Yeah.
$5 and $7? $32.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Nelson?
Yes?
This is Connie Edwards, Mr. Dobson's secretary.
Hello, Miss Edwards.
Is David there?
No, he's not right now.
Oh, well, would you mind giving him a message for me?
Well, sure.
Would you tell him that I don't think this is a good time for him to ask Mr. Dobson for an advance on his salary?
An advance on his salary?
Oh, never mind. David's just coming in. I'll tell him myself. Goodbye.
Okay.
What's the matter?
Well, that was Mr. Dobson's secretary. Evidently, Dave is trying to get an advance on his salary.
What's going on anyway?
Well, I don't know.
Well, we better ask Dave when he comes home for dinner.
Well, we can't do that.
Well, if he's in trouble, we ought to help him.
Harry, that's the worst thing we could possibly do. I don't mean helping him, but to offer to help him unless he asks us first.
I don't see any sense in that.
Well, don't you think he's old enough to accept responsibility?
Of course.
Well, this is his problem. We ought to let him work it out for himself.
I suppose you're right.
Is this the morning mail?
Yes, it is.
Hey, what's this?
What's what?
Well, this letter, it's from the Thomas Finance Company. Dear sir, final notice. Your car payment is overdue. Unless we receive payment within the next 24 hours, legal action will be taken.
Well, who's that for?
Well, it's for David.
For David?
Well, yeah, I saw it was from the finance company and addressed to David, so I opened it by mistake.
Well, it's a good thing you did. You better talk to him right away.
Oh, no. If he wants us to know about it, he'll tell us.
Suppose he doesn't.
Will you stop worrying? In the first place, we're not sure there's anything to worry about.
No, there's nothing to worry about. He's borrowed $32. He tried to get an advance on his salary, and now the finance company's going to take his car away.
Well, when you say it that way, it sounds pretty bad.
When you say it anyway, it sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad, all right. Now, I'm beginning to get worried.
Aunt Jemima's. So tender, so light. There's something about Aunt Jemima's.
Peg, these are terrific. What's the secret?
Oh, it's an old family secret, handed down from generation to generation, from father to son.
By Aunt Jemima. The secret is out. Well, I ought to know Aunt Jemima. I was raised on them.
Say, and I love the way the sausage is right in the pancake. Isn't it good? And it's so easy.
Yes, simple and delicious. Just fry pieces of bulk pork sausage, shake up a batch of Aunt Jemima's, then pour the batter on the griddle and sprinkle with drained sausage meat. You know, more people have flipped over Aunt Jemima's than any other pancakes in the world. Light, tender. Aunt Jemima's. If you like pancakes, then sure as shaken, they're Aunt Jemima's.
Put them right here with the finance company letter on top. You can't possibly miss it.
Well, I still think it'd be better to come right out and ask him.
Harry, we just can't do that.
Hi, Mom.
Oh,
Hi, Dave.
hi, Dave. A couple of letters for you here, son.
Oh, thanks.
No. Anything important there, Dave?
No, just the same old junk. If anybody wants me, I'll be out in the backyard.
Isn't that funny? He looked at that letter and didn't even bat an eye.
Well, maybe he was expecting it. I can't understand how he could get himself into a spot like this. I thought he was doing pretty well financially. He's got that job at Mr. Dobson's office. Of course, I realize it doesn't pay much money.
Well, maybe he's got a lot of expenses at school.
Well, Joe Randolph's nephew has the same expenses, and he's managed to save enough to buy himself a sailboat.
Well, that's true.
They're going to come and take Dave's car away in 24 hours. I'd better get out there and see what I can find out. Polishing your car, huh, Dave?
Yeah, I thought I would.
Owning your own car is quite a responsibility, isn't it?
It sure is.
Can get pretty expensive.
No kidding.
Dave, something seems to be troubling you. Is there anything you want to tell me?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, there is, Pop.
Well, for goodness sake, son, speak up. After all, if you can't borrow from your own father, who can you borrow from?
You're sure making it easy for me.
Well, what is it, Dave?
Well, can I borrow your new cashmere sport coat tonight?
Well, yeah, well, sure.
Thanks a lot, Pa.
Is there anything else?
Well, yeah, there is. I tried on those new black shoes of yours, and they fit me perfectly. Can I borrow those too?
Yeah, sure.
Gee, that's great. Thanks a lot, Pop. Oh, hi, Pop.
Hi, Rick. You haven't seen Dave anyplace, have you?
Oh, no, I haven't. He's not up here.
Oh. Rick, I don't mean to sound inquisitive, but do you happen to know, does Dave have any problems?
Well, I suppose I shouldn't tell you this, but I know he'd like to borrow your new cashmere coat.
Oh, yes, he spoke to me about that. I said I'd lend it to him. I mean, anything else?
Oh, yeah, he wanted to borrow your new shoes, too.
Well, yeah, I've already promised to lend him those, too.
Gee, as long as you're in such a good mood, how about lending me $5? Well, I know I'm supposed to have a sense of financial responsibility.
No, hold on. That's okay. That's okay.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, Rick. Oh, and Rick, tell Dave if he needs any money, just ask me for it. Be glad to give it to him.
Okay, Bob.
Well, all I need is $10. How about 5? How much have you got? Oh, what are you going to use for lunch money? Oh, no. No, that's okay. Thanks just the same. No, thanks a lot. Bye. Hi, Pop.
Dave?
Yeah?
Are you in some sort of financial difficulty, son?
Oh, yes, sir. As a matter of fact, I am.
Well, do you want me to lend you $50?
50?
Or 60?
Oh, all I need is 10.
Well, how about 40?
No, Pop, just $10. Or, maybe 20.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive, Pop. I got myself into this spot. It's my own fault.
No, that's all right. You don't have to explain, son.
No, as I was going to say, it's my own fault. The mistake I made was borrowing your jacket. Doesn't seem right to take a girl to a drive-in when you're wearing a beautiful new cashmere coat.
No, wait a second. You mean you need the money for a date?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
How about a Pop?
How about what?
How about the money? Thanks a lot. I'll take good care of your jacket and the shoes.
Harriet, did you hear that conversation I just had with Dave?
Yes, I did.
Well, he doesn't seem very worried about it. He's going out on a date tonight. Doesn't he realize he has to make that car payment of his by tomorrow?
Well, I'm sure he does. He read the notice they sent him.
He certainly seems casual enough about it.
Well, cashmere coats do that to people sometimes.
I guess he figures he might as well drive around tonight. Tomorrow he'll be walking. Well, I'll tell you this much. He's not going to be walking around in my new shoes. Boy, they sure smell good.
They're almost ready. I wonder who that is.
I haven't the slightest idea.
Would you mind answering it? I have to keep my eye on these.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Ferguson. I'm from the Thomas Finance Company. Does David Nelson live here?
Who was that again, please?
David Nelson?
Just a moment. I'll find out from the lady of the house. Just a moment.
Who was it?
It's the man from the finance company. He's come to take David's car away.
Well, he can't do that.
Wait a second. He can if the car isn't here.
What are you going to do with it?
I'll drive it over to Joe Randolph's and put it in his garage.
Wait a minute. Can't they arrest you for that?
Of course not. It's up to them to find the car.
What are you going to tell Joe?
Oh, hi, Oz. I got some great news for you.
I'm sorry, Joe. A little later. I'm sorry. Pardon me.
What's the matter with you, Oz? You pushed me out the door.
Joe, later. I'm sorry, Joe. I'll see you later.
front door.
Look, I'll take care of him. You keep Joe occupied.
What'll I do?
I've been waiting.
Wait to see David Nelson. Yes, I'll be right back.
Oh, thank you, Harriet.
Harriet? What's he doing eating my pancakes? Pardon us a second. Harriet, please.
Excuse me, Joe.
Certainly. Oh, where's the syrup?
Harriet, what are we going to do about this man?
Oz, where's the syrup?
I'm sorry. Look, this is personal, Joe. I'll explain the whole thing to you a little later on.
I just want to know where the syrup is.
It's in the cupboard.
Which cupboard?
Anyway, the right by the sink there. I'll explain it to you later, Joe.
Will you take it easy? What are you getting so excited about?
You don't seem to realize the man from the finance company is at the front door, and he's come here to take David's car. Get back upstairs.
Somebody at the door.
It's the man from the finance company.
You want me to stall him off for you?
No, he's not looking for you. He's looking for you.
Me?
Well, yes, he's going to take your car away.
Why?
Well, because you're behind your payments. But don't worry about it, son. We're behind you 100%.
Well, I'm not behind in my payments, Pop. I'm paid right up to date.
David, we saw the notice you got.
What notice?
From the Thomas Finance Company.
Thomas Finance Company? Well, I buy my car through the University Credit Union.
What's this man doing here, Harriet?
Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Won't you come in?
Thank you. It's getting rather cold out there.
I'm sorry. This is my husband.
Yes, we met a little while ago
Sit
there.
down.
Thank you.
Just tell me one thing. How come you sent my son a delinquent notice when he doesn't even finance his car with your company?
But we didn't send him a delinquent notice.
Oh, yes, well, I saw it.
So did I.
Oh, you must mean one of these.
Well, yes, that's it. Thomas Finance Company. Dear sir, final notice. Your car payment is overdue. Unless we thank you. Unless we receive payment within the next 24 hours, legal action will be taken. Didn't you send that?
Yes, of course, but we send out hundreds of them. But you didn't read what's on the back. How would you like to receive a notice like this in the mail? Take no chances. Try the Thomas Finance Company.
That's an advertisement.
Well, yes, of course. Rather effective, isn't it?
Oh, this is... let's all sit down.
Thank you. We've been getting quite a reaction with those.
Yeah, I imagine you have. Now, you see, Harriet, you were worried about nothing.
Me? I never said they were going to take David's car away.
Oh, well, even if our company had financed it, there'd be no need for us to repossess it. And not after we received this.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. I'll take it.
Well, no, wait a second. What's that?
Oh, well, that's the reason I dropped by, to return this check your wife sent us.
And you were the one who said we ought to let the boys handle their own finances.
Did I?
Well, you know darn well you did.
And you weren't nervous at all?
Well, no, not especially.
Only because you thought you mailed your check in.
Well, what's this?
The Thomas Finance Company.
Well, where'd you get this?
The postman brought it back. You forgot to put a stamp on it.
Well, I guess you folks have straightened everything out. It's been very nice meeting you all.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry to cause you all this trouble.
No trouble at all. It's been very interesting. Bye.
Bye.
You thought I was behind in my car payments, huh, Pop?
Well, yes, I saw this thing from the finance company, and I knew you needed money.
Yeah, what'd you need money for, Dave?
Well, it's kind of embarrassing. You see, it wasn't for me. It was for Mr. Randolph's nephew.
Well, I thought he had so much money he bought a sailboat.
Well, he did. But it was too much for him, and he couldn't make the payments.
Oh, that's a shame, the poor kid.
Well, that's all right. He managed to unload it on somebody. Personally, I think he was lucky to get rid of it.
Well, gee, that was darn nice of you to help him out like that, Dave.
It sure was.
Well, he'd have done the same thing for me.
See, you did all that worrying for nothing.
Me? What about you? I'll get it.
Excuse me, Oz. I just can't find the syrup. Are you sure it's all right? I kind of had the feeling you wanted me to stay in the kitchen.
No.
Oh, before I forget it, I've got some great news for you.
What's that?
You just got to buy yourself a yachting cap.
What for?
Because I just bought myself a sailboat.
Well, you're the one.
Yeah, you know how kids are. My nephew bit off more than he could chew, so I took over the payments for him.
Oh, well, then that's darn nice of you, Joe.
By the way, Oz, the next payment is due in a couple of days, and I was just wondering if,
Come on, finish your pancakes. We'll figure something out.
Next week, Ozzie and Harriet will be brought to you by Eastman Kodak Company. We went to Hartford, Connecticut, and picked out 10 people who had never before taken home movies. We gave each of them a new Kodak Brownie movie camera and a roll of Kodachrome film. We showed them how easy the camera was to use. Then we asked them to tell us how they made out with their very first roll. Here is what they said.
I never dreamed that movies were so easy to take. Actually, they were as easy as taking snapshots.
They turned out great. Wonderful color, too.
I couldn't believe this camera cost so little.
Everyone agreed. They got wonderful home movies the very first time with Kodak's new Brownie movie camera. It costs only $32.50 or as little as $3.25 down. And remember, your surest way to better movies is to insist on the name Kodak.
Hi, I'd like to take just a moment to tell you a little bit about next week's show. It's called The Circus, and Dave and Ricky do a flying trapeze act. We're over here on stage 3 of General Service Studios right now, and the boys are working out. I thought maybe you'd like to take a look at them. There goes Rick. He's climbing up to the pedestal board. He's going to do the flying while David does the catching. There goes Dave. Standing up there with Rick is Del Graham, the famous Ringling Brothers flyer who has been working out with the boys. You all set?
All set.
What are you going to do, Dave?
I'm going to try to do a somersault to the catch bar.
Good luck. Nice work, Dave. Whenever you're ready, fellas, what are you going to do first, Rick?
Well, I'm going to try a somersault across and a pirouette back.
Good luck. When you're ready. Right.
Right.
Go.
Come on! Go! All right.
Nice work, boys. Well, be sure and tune in next week and see Dave and Rick do more tricks on the flying trapeze. Every trick you see will actually be done by David and Ricky themselves. They use no doubles at any time. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Ozzie and Harriet have been brought to you tonight by the Quaker Oats Company. Quaker, producers of more than 50 foods for the family. Next time you shop, try one of the many fine products of the Quaker Oats Company.
This has been an ABC Television Network film presentation.